evening, entrepreneurs and visionaries. Good evening, entrepreneurs and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey von Bill-Foster, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
Okay, well, hopefully that's working. That was a bit of a mess. I think something's going on with the internet, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it'll let us be great. But if you are here joining us live, hello, how are you? I'm gonna let everybody else know that we are in the building. But yes, the internet is doing what it wants. It's one of those days. I'm sure some of you have had it when when it rains, it pours. It's one of those days. I'm ready for the day to be over. Like, it's the end of the month. It's the last day of the quarter. I needed to go ahead and be done. So if you're feeling like that, don't worry. You are not alone. Because yes, hey Letitia, because oh my goodness, y'all, the technology is not technology correctly. All right, so let's make sure everybody has got the link, and then we gonna dive in. Look, like what the church say, I won't be before you long. Not today. We gonna get you in and get you out. But also I think because this concept that we're gonna be talking about today is pretty simple to understand. I think we're really going to break down something that a lot of people feel is pretty complex and that causes a lot of stress and anguish. We're gonna make it pretty simple today. So no worries. But while I'm doing this, if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, let me know what was your win for quarter one, or what was a challenge for quarter one. I would love for us to kind of dive into that for a second, because this has been a year. Like, I know it's only been a couple months, but it's felt like 2-3 years. I'm just saying, maybe it's just me, but it feels like it's been a long time. So yeah, share a win, share a challenge. And let's support each other. Let's celebrate with those we can celebrate with. Let's give virtual hugs to those that we need to support, because it has been a year. But we made it through, y'all. As long as we hit midnight, we made it through. And I really feel that quarter two is just gonna be a more relaxing yet productive quarter. I'm gonna speak that into existence for all of us. It's gonna be a lot going on, but we are going to handle it with grace and poise, and it's gonna be nice. Right? Sometimes you just gotta speak it into existence. All right. I think we're almost done here. All right. And let me move some stuff around. So I realize my screens are not in the right places. I'm like, why can't I see all my screens? There we go. All right. Okay. All right. So we've told everybody we in the building. We've taken care of that. And let's see. Okay, Letitia, that's a win? Okay, hold on. Let me put it up here. Letitia says social media launches leadership workshop in West Palm Beach, Florida. Okay, I like that. Congratulations. Letitia is one of our IROC family members, so shout outs to her. She's doing big things as far as leadership, and as far as she's also in the ed consulting space. Great company. Letitia, if you want to drop your business name and a link, feel free. I will be happy to share it with our community. But I love when the IROC fam comes on and just shares with us what they got going on, because I'm always excited. Like, I wish I could, get to talk to everybody all the time, but I love when we can, just celebrate one another and all the accomplishments that everybody has going on. I know, and I don't think she's up here today, but Cheryl, I think, was it this year? I feel like it was that she graduated B4, not, yeah, B-Force. It's an amazing, strenuous education program. And she rocked that out. We also have Maria, who is the owner of Autism in Black. She is having, in what, like 2 weeks, her first in-person conference. She's actually going to be in West Palm Beach, Florida. And if like anybody interested in connecting with Letitia, there's her link. I'll let it be on the screen in a little bit. But yeah, it's so many people in the IROC community are doing so many just amazing things, and I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you, and sorry if I didn't mention everybody. Like, I never can. Let's just be honest. But one, if you show up to the live, I'll see you, and it'll jog my memory. So please, blame it on my mind, not my heart, because there's a lot of you guys out there, which is fun to say. But I'm really proud of everyone, and just realize too, it doesn't always have to be something major, right? It could be, hey, I stayed in business in the first quarter. Like, it was hard, didn't know if I was gonna make it. That's still a success, right? If you did education around your business, that's still a win, right? So we have to start celebrating the small and the big wins, whether we're hitting the milestones we think we should be hitting or not. So let's keep that in our minds, because sometimes I think we get down on ourselves because we aren't able to get to where we think we should be, and sometimes it's just not the right place for us at that moment, but it doesn't mean we're not going to get there. And some of us also just always wait to the end, like, okay, if I'm not booking the biggest stage, I'm not going to celebrate. Like, no, celebrate the small stages too. That's the fun part, right? It lets us realize that we are making progress. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to be before you long. We're about to dive in because I let everybody know. And also, if you're watching this on the replay, please feel free to share. I always go back and look at the comments and engage with you guys. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about how to lead prospective clients from being interested to being a paid customer, right? To making a purchase, giving you a card, and all that fun stuff, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them from, hey, who's this company, to they said yes. Okay. And oftentimes we hear the idea of funnels, right? That you got to funnel them in, you got to use a funnel. So we're going to kind of talk about what a funnel actually is, and we're going to get to the nitty gritty. But before we dive in, I always like to introduce myself. Those of you who may or may not know me, my name is Corey Fonville Foster. I'm a speaker, trainer, and I'm a certified business coach that specializes in implementation. And I'm also the CEO of IROC Marketable Business Solutions. We are a small business marketing firm based out of Virginia, but we service clients from coast to coast and up into Canada. We do this in two ways. We have our coaching side of the business, where we focus on empowering amazing entrepreneurs through education. We have things as small as a PDF all the way up to one-on-one coaching, courses, group coaching in between. We also have a marketing side to our company, where we have things like logos, websites, landing pages, VA services, full-blown social media marketing. And again, our goal is just to be that one-stop shop, that affordable choice for you when it comes to all your marketing needs. So that sounds like something you're interested in. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out via social media, via our website, which is almost done, y'all. I've been so busy with clients. I have not finished the update to the IROC website. It's almost there. So you still can look at it. There's still tons of stuff up there, but just realize we're kind of in construction, and we are just trying to improve the flow of the website to make sure that you can get quicker to the places that you are looking for. But like I said, don't be a stranger. Engage with us, connect with us, because we are here to support you. So what are we going to cover tonight on our Monday Night Live? We're going to cover three things. One, we are going to understand the basics of building a marketing funnel, right? We're going to keep it real simple. Two, we're going to learn actionable steps to create a seamless client journey from awareness to purchase. Again, from hello to ka-ching. Okay. And then 3, we're going to discover engagement boosting tips for each stage of the funnel. And I want to stress that part because what I tend to see happen is, especially new entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are just really starting to understand the idea of kind of bringing in clients, they typically focus on the lead part, right? They're like, okay, I need to get them into my email list. I need to get in front of them, all this stuff. But then there is very little nurture, very little follow-up, and then you get them on a call and then they drop the ball, right? And it's just like, no, we got to remember there has to be intrigue and engagement throughout the whole process. And you don't need to like huge numbers. A lot of people are like, well, I don't have a big following on social media, or I don't have a big email list. You got to realize that even when you have smaller quantities to pull from, you still should be having conversions. Before I had a website, before I had social media, right, for my business, I still was converting clients. So really there is no excuse. A lot of the times, again, we're kind of using social media as a crutch. And we're like, okay, well, I got social media. Where are the clients? It's like, no, you need to understand all the different ways that you can make your audience aware of you. You need to think of all the different tools you can use to nurture and engage with them. You need to think about how you are trying to get them to the sale. And then you have to make it easy for them to pay, right? So all of these pieces are very, very important. And we're going to kind of dive in that tonight. Feel free, if you have a question, comment, or concern, feel free to put it in the comment section. I may or may not be able to see it, y'all. I am fighting for my life with this light right now, but I'm like, I need it so I can see, but it's also making me have like a migraine. So if I don't see your comments right now, I'll go back and look at them, because flipping between screens is just not going to be for me today. I'm just going to be honest with you. All right. So let's dive in a little bit. So let's start with the first question. Have you ever wondered why some businesses effortlessly guide prospects to purchase while others struggle to close the deal? And I worded this question in a way that I just think is hilarious, because effortlessly, I think it's effortlessly from the viewpoint of us, right? I always tell people, you never know what's going on behind the scenes of a business. It may look like Nike effortlessly continues to get clients, but yet, if you look at the data and how much they're spending on their marketing, it's outrageous. So it's not effortlessly, okay? They also have had campaigns, like Coca-Cola's had campaigns that did not do well, right? It's not effortlessly. Yes, a lot of people drink Coke and a lot of people buy Nike, but it is not effortlessly. But a lot of times, again, when we are looking in and we're a small business and maybe we're just starting out and we're really trying to find our path, it may feel like everybody around us is effortlessly just getting folks. They're building it and the people are coming, but that's not really true. And so I want us to realize that and kind of change our mindset around all of us are working. And no matter how big or small businesses are, they are going to have marketing and sales wins and marketing and sales losses, right? If it was as simple as, once they figured it out, they could leave it, businesses would not have sales people, marketing people, advertisement people, publicity people, right? They wouldn't have any of those things. They wouldn't be doing additional launches. They would just make the one product and it would sell and they would be, living their best life in La La Land. But that is not the case, right? And so if it's not the case for all the other businesses, it's not going to be the case for you either. We have to realize that we have to be actively engaged in our business. We have to actively look at our analytics, right? Look at the feedback we're getting, pivot, adjust as needed, and realize that, yes, not everything is going to be perfect. Especially not out of the gate. There's going to be areas for us to improve, and we need to do that to be able to be successful business owners. So I wanted to kind of do that quick mindset check before we dove in. So many small business owners, sorry, I can't even talk today. Many small business owners attract attention, but then lose prospects somewhere along the way. That's where a well-designed marketing funnel can make all the difference. And I put this here because I think people need to think about that. I talked about that in the beginning, that people love to like focus on the attracting part, but not the rest. It's like, well, think about if somebody was looking good, right? Maybe you're in a bar, somebody looking real good. They buying you drinks, wine and dining you, opening doors, doing all this first date, and then they ghosted you. Would you want to talk to them again? Absolutely not. That's what some of you are doing. You are wining and dining, doing all the things for somebody for their first interaction, right? Their first impression is like, ooh, this is nice. And then you are ghosting them. You're ghosting them because you're not consistent on social media. You're ghosting them because they got a lead magnet, right? A PDF, a webinar. They went to an event. They saw you somewhere, and then you don't email them ever again, or you email them every blue moon. A business is like courting. You got to keep them engaged before they're going to say yes to that ring, right? So you guys got to think about that. What are you doing throughout the different stages to keep their interest? Are you inviting them on more dates? Are you asking them about their day? Are you taking them on trips? You know what I mean? Think about the things you would want in a mate, and then be like, okay, am I doing this in my business? Am I wooing them consistently? Because I don't know about you, I'm a married person, and there'd be some days where there's some wooing, and there's some days when there's no wooing, right? And it's like, yeah, I want to be wooed consistently. That seems like the happiest people. I want to be wooed all the time. You should be wooing your potential clients, and even the current clients you have, so that you can retain them. Because regardless of how good your marketing strategy is and your sales strategy is, you will lose people along the way. These different stages that we're going to go into, the goal is to lose the least amount of people possible, because some people are going to fall along the way. Think about, you probably met, I'm just speaking as a woman, you met a good guy, here or there, and he was cool. He didn't do nothing wrong, but you still was like, yeah, he ain't for me, right? He ain't do nothing wrong, but it's like, he ain't for me. That happens in business too, where you're doing all the right things, saying all the right things, doing all the things, and somebody's just like, not for me. All right, that's going to happen, but we want to keep that number very, very low. And we do that by having a clear strategy to go through these stages. All right. So what comes to mind when you hear the term marketing funnel? I like to get this out the way, because the word funnel, I think, gives most people anxiety. They're like, what's a funnel? How do I do it? And I think a lot of that stems from ClickFunnels, right? That's an actual business with an actual software, right? Trademark, patent, all the fun stuff. And because they're always talking about funnels, and if you've ever tried to use ClickFunnels, it's not easy. And so people are like, oh my God, I can't make a funnel. It's so hard. It's like, get that out of your mind, right? A funnel can mean many different things. And we're going to go through kind of what the stages are here in a bit to kind of hopefully make it a little clearer for you in your minds. So I was like, where are my notes? Here we go. I was like, where they go? All right. So what is a marketing funnel? And I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. A marketing funnel is a structured journey designed to guide potential clients from awareness to purchase. Done, right? We're going to explain it in a sentence. A structured journey designed to guide people from potential clients, like they're your audience, to purchase. Ka-ching. Right? That's what we want to do. Simple as that. It isn't using a specific software. It isn't using a specific strategy that only one person knows how to use. It's how do we get people from point A to point B, or point B to point C, whatever you want to call it. How do we get people from one stage to the next so they purchase? Period. Don't think of nothing else. Now, what are the stages of this so-called funnel? I like to change the word to journey just to make it easier to understand, right? Your client journey, potential client journey. Well, you have awareness. This is, again, you at the club, you dancing, you having a good time, and then somebody catches your eye from across the room, and you're like, who is that? And they're like, who is that, right? Awareness, because it's a whole bunch of people, probably hundreds of people around you, but for some reason, you guys have caught eyes with each other. Then there's interest. He sachets across the room. We're going to make this a cute little love story. He comes across the room and he says, hey, how are you? Would you like a drink? Oh, I am interested. I miss those days. Now I just got to ask my husband to buy me a drink. But yeah, back in the day, your girl was out here in clubs, and yeah, somebody would be like, yes, would you like a drink, right? I'm interested. I'm like, okay, who is this person that wants to spend money on me? If you know, you know. All right, then there's a decision. And he's like, hey, would you like to dance? Do I want to dance with this person? I want to give somebody more time? Because girls, right? Or I should say ladies, sometimes it's like, thank you for the free drink. But sometimes it's like, okay, this person seems like they got a little substance. Let me see what they're talking about. Let me hang out. Let me give them a little more of my time. Right? So that's that decision stage. And then action is, look, I wasn't that girl, but hey, you want to come home with me? Some people can close the deal, some people can't, right? But it's awareness, interest, decision, and in action. These are the stages, to keep it very simple, that you want to have your potential audience go through. You want them to be aware of your brand. You want them to be interested. We talked about this a lot last year, that building that know, like, and trust. We want to invite them to make a decision, right? Oftentimes we forget to invite people to buy. We do all this posting and talking and connecting and networking, and we never say, hey, you want to buy this? You want to work with me? That's the part you got to do. And then there's the action, them actually taking the action to purchase and work with you. All right. So that's as simple as it is. It doesn't have to be crazy. Keep that in mind. So when you create this funnel or this client journey, it really can help you simplify and create a system that guides you through this process. Because I get it can be overwhelming when you're like, I just don't know how we gonna get the next 5 clients or even the first client. I will be very honest. When I started really trying to be systematic with my funnel, my client journey, I was trying to explain it to my only real team member at the time. I was like, my sister, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I was excited. And she's like, I don't get it. So we got a big whiteboard out and I literally drew it out, right? Step 1, step 2. And the cool part, and I recommend everybody draw it out. You don't have to draw it on like cool tech. Like get you a nice poster board. Because what tends to happen is you may have different ways that you can attract clients, right? That awareness stage. They may see you at an event. That's one way, right? They may see you on social media. That may be another way. You may have a podcast. You may get featured in a magazine. You want to kind of lay out all the different ways that somebody could see you and hear about your brand. Right. And then you're going to say, well, okay, what's the next stage? Interest. How do you then basically follow up or keep them engaged? If you meet them at an event, is there a systematic way that you follow up? Whether it's you go home, you add them to an email list where they go in a sequence, or is it you go home, you call them? Is it you send them a personalized email to ask them to get on a call with you to follow up from the event? What is the next step? If they see you on social media today, what is the next step for them? Are they invited to a Facebook group? Are they invited to like, share, and follow the page? What is the next action you want them to take? So you draw your awareness stuff, right? All the different ways they can get to see you, and then all the ways that you're going to nurture that relationship. Again, we don't want to be the dude or the lady, maybe it's happened to, to whomever, where you buy the drink and then ghost the person, right? You done got their number and you never called. You guys are doing that to folks and not even realizing it. Y'all being that dude, y'all have had them that you thought like, dang, I thought he was interested in, and they never call again. Do not be that person, right? We don't call him Shady McGee. Don't be Shady McGee. Don't leave people on red. If they were interested in talking to you, make sure you have a systematic way to follow up. And then decision, invite them to do business. I follow a lot of people. Some people don't ever say, hey, hit me up. Or it's just very generic, like book a call. It's like book a call, book a call, book a call, book a call. Like, good gracious. Like, maybe I don't want to book a call. Is there any other way to talk to you or do business with you? Change it up. So think about all the different ways that you can get them to take action. Sometimes it's not just book a call. It may be an upsell. So maybe you did a free challenge, right? They saw the ad for the free challenge. They then were interested and were nurtured through the challenge itself. They liked what they saw, like, oh, okay. And then when you get to the decision time, you invite them to purchase something, right? It could be during the challenge. Hey, do you want to get the VIP to get the replays? Do you want to get the course that goes deeper into what we talked about over this challenge? Right? You can do the same thing with a webinar. You can do the same thing with a PDF, right? Invite them to do something with you. And then that action stage, make it simple. How do they do it? Please do not ask me how to pay you. like how are we gonna do this? Like, no, you're gonna write a check. No, like, make it simple. Have the most ways that they can pay you to make it seamless. I would love a nice checkout button. I don't want to, especially for something small, I don't want to have a conversation with you for a course. Like, if I don't like it, I guess I won't like it. Let me hit a button and check out and get my access. I shouldn't have to get a PayPal invoice from you, even, fill it out, wait for you to see it, then for you to ask me for my name and email address or something, and then you're going to put me in a system that I got to wait. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. If it's that difficult and you explain it that difficultly, I won't be purchasing with you. So you guys, you got to make it simple so people can take action and get whatever you're selling right away. right? Or whenever they're supposed to. If it's something that launches and whatever, that's fine. So those are the kind of steps of the funnel, but also why it works. Look, I had to jump back to the comment section here. Hey, look, I see you. Yes, hi, Lane. Hi, is it Lakia? Lakia, sorry if I said your name wrong, but hey, look, I see you. Look, I told you I would pop into the comments every now and then. All right, so those are the things we want to think about. So let's dive deeper for a second. So what's the first thing you do when you want to learn more about a business or service? I think it's hilarious sometimes that we just don't put ourselves in the place of our target audience, because for a lot of coaches and consultants, our target audience is the us of a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And so we were them, right? These aren't strangers. This is us just a few years ago. So we can, if you're really stuck saying like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, I don't know what they would relate to, say, what's the first thing that you would do or want to learn about a business or service? Like, what would you do? Would you check their website? Would you check their social media? Would you Google them? Right? I had a call recently with somebody, and it was crazy. I ain't gonna go into detail about the call, but I thought like, why didn't you Google me? Right? But different folks do different things. And so it's something to think about. And if the first thing you would do, you don't have in place, that means it's time to do some work. Right? Because if the first thing you would do, because you love TikTok, is go on TikTok to find them, and you don't have actually like any content on TikTok, then we got work to do. If the first thing you would do is Google them, but when you Google yourself, you don't see much, it's time to do some work, right? So that's one way. Like, we don't have to overcomplicate all this. I know it can be easy to do, right? Get lost in all the things, but let's just make it simple. What would you do? And then take care of it. Then what's the next thing you do? Take care of that as well. So let's go deeper into the stages, because I think it's important. Let me see. I was trying to get some more examples from my notes, but I don't know if they populated yet. But it's okay. We're gonna dive in. So again, most of my audience are coaches and consultants. So I wanted to give you guys some real examples of what it might look like if you were to kind of put these stages together. All right, so awareness. This is your lead magnet stage or your lead stage, right? This is how you are getting them to know that you're there. It could be referrals. It could be, again, a lot of you guys speak different places. So it could be you being on somebody else's platform. It could be you on a podcast. You're featured in a magazine, newspaper, wherever. It could be social media, right? That's why we use hashtags, so that we can engage with folks that don't know that we exist. I was talking to a client just today about YouTube, and she was saying how YouTube is now seen as an amazing search engine. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so maybe they saw you on YouTube because they were looking up how to do something, or how to be the best at something, right? And so you want to make sure, there are my notes. You want to make sure that you are really diving into these stages and saying, okay, well, how do I bring awareness to my audience? What are the things that I can do? So I was like, where are my little notes? All right. So some other things you can do is to build interest. Instagram Reels, and if TikTok stays around, TikTok is still a great way, right? Because people can easily find you via hashtags, and the algorithms typically push content that they're already interested in, right? So you're not trying to just throw it out there and see who likes it. The algorithm on their side is already showing them things that they would be interested in, things they're searching about. And so if they're looking for things that you do, they're going to see your content, right? So that's something you could do. Again, podcast appearances. I don't know why people don't take advantage of this. It's free. Unless you're doing like a big, like a Breakfast Club situation. That's free PR, right? Because I've yet to pay for a podcast, right? Now, if you wanted to do TV, radio, magazine, sometimes there is a small fee. But again, look at who their audience is to see if it's worth your while to use that as an awareness tool. Right? Right now, PDFs are popping on social media, right? People are like, yeah, I want something quick and simple. I don't want to read no book. I don't want to have to go to no webinar. I want to just grab and go. That's a great way to build interest, because all you do is say, hey, do you have this problem? This will help. They grab it and now they're interested in your company. Of course, you have traditional things like your website. Make sure that it's easy to search and find, and it will populate, towards the top of the list when people, search for it, Google, what have you. But these are all great awareness tools that you can use. Carousels are also doing okay, but it's okay. It wouldn't be my main go-to, but I've seen some really engaging carousels that have been good. Like if you're going to use social media to attract your audience, I will say that the standard like 2D graphics have not been doing well. So please don't put all your efforts into that. So just keep that in mind. I don't think I've told, but I told one person so far in our IROC family, because I didn't want to scare folks, but looking at our industry right now, right? I'm gonna say it out loud once. If y'all are here, then y'all can be nervous with me and the rest of the folks that know. But back in the day, you could get away with a couple 2D graphics and then like a couple of reels here and there. Nowadays, you may have to put out more. So when you think about your awareness stage, people are recommending 2 to 3 pieces of video content a day. Right. Again, I ain't trying to scare you, but I do want to be honest with you. So when you think about the awareness stage, realize that you want the person to see you, right? Think about the guy in the club. Like he could have been looking at you for like 30 minutes, but if other people was walking by, the room was dark, the music was loud, you may not have seen him. So he had to keep looking at you, maybe even wave at you, kind of walk closer to you. And that's the same thing with your business. So if you're in that awareness phase and you're trying to figure that out, realize that you may have to do quite a bit to attract that audience. And that's why you want to have more than one way to attract them. But whatever tool you're using, you want to make sure you optimize it. So if you are focusing on reels, if you are focusing on website traffic, if you are focusing on third-party credibility, like a podcast, a magazine, what have you, you need the volume. We do need the volume. All right, let's talk about the interest stage. So again, we're trying to kind of nurture them. So if you got them to sign up for the PDF, giving them the actual PDF or if it's a guide or if it's a workbook, whatever, that is a way to nurture them. You want to make sure it's something of value, right? I hate getting like random pamphlets from people that I didn't ask for stuff from, because I'm not going to read it, right? I'm like, I didn't ask for that. But if I ask for information, please make sure it's of value. Don't give me something that is like, what is this? Like what is this? As a matter of fact, this is a good example. I went to I got a little paper in my hand. I went to an event this past weekend. Loved the experience. It was like we painted pottery. Loved it. We there, sitting there, not once did they say, hey, we got other programs. I had to walk up to the front and say, hey, this is interesting. What else you got? Right? I'm interested. I want to see what else you got. They gave me this little pamphlet and was like, yeah, we do events and activities and stuff. I got home, and while the pamphlet is cute, it has little different workshops and stuff they do. I'm like, how do I sign up? How do I sign up for this stuff? Like, is there an expert level? Like, there's not enough information in here for me to buy anything. And it got the audacity to be 4 pages, right? And I'm just like, this is a great example of it's not value. You want to make sure that if you are putting something together, that's why I'm not a big fan of infographics. It doesn't give enough value. You want to make sure that you are building interest with them by giving them some content. So yes, if you want to use a download, totally fine, but just make sure that inside of it is helping them have a little win, right? If you're posting on social media, make sure you're teaching, informing, engaging, exciting, all that fun stuff. If you're doing a webinar, make sure again that it gives value. Some people treat webinars like demos where they're just talking about their business. Don't nobody care. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Teach them something so they can have a win. Because if I see that in a small amount of time, you can get me further than I am now, right, towards my goal, I'm more likely to want to do business with you. If I can see that you are an industry leader, right, you know what you're talking about, I'm more likely to do business with you. You shoving your business down my throat is not going to have me do business with you. So that was downloads, webinars. You can do trainings, challenges, intensives, whatever you want. But then after that, you also have to think about like, maybe they did buy something from you. They're not like looking for you on social media. Another way to build interest is through your email list. I'm subscribed to some people's email list, and I got the first email, and I don't think I've heard from them since. Most of my clients, I joined their email list, and I can tell you, you know, I'm gonna put people on. Not gonna put nobody on blast, but there's a client I have that until this year, because I've been on the email list for a minute. I just realized this year, the first year that I really been getting emails. I'm like, where the emails been? Now that I'm seeing them, I'm like, dang, I ain't been seeing emails from this person before, right? A lot of you guys talk about the fact that you have an email list, but you have yet to reach out on a consistent basis. How are they going to build interest? You're ghosting them again. So make sure you think about that. Even like LinkedIn, if it's not if you don't have their email addresses and you got their LinkedIn, like you're connected there, you could create a LinkedIn newsletter. You can do LinkedIn blogs. So that you can stay connected and again show value. It's not just about saying, hey, I'm here. Once they're there, they see you. Now what? You got to have a little substance about you. Then we get to the decision stage, right? Where you show them the choices, right? What services can they buy? Hey, you can buy this course. You can buy this, bundle here. You can buy consulting. You got to tell them what the options are. Please don't have people guessing, because sometimes I watch people. I ain't gonna lie, I watched this one lady for a long time, and I realized, I was like, I don't think I'm her audience. Like, I like her content. It's cute. I'm liking stuff. I'm sure she's seeing like, ooh, people liking me. I was like, I don't know what she sells. I have no clue. I had to go and find her website and be like, oh yeah, I'm not her audience. She sold something that I can't even purchase, but she wasn't selling anything. I just was like, oh, this is cute. I'll watch it. And a lot of you are looking at your likes and your follows and things, and people commenting like, oh yeah, go girl, whatever. But it's like, it's not converting. Why? Because you've yet to tell them what to do. Everything you post, every email you send, every event you have should have a call to action. You should tell people how they can do business with you. And it doesn't have to be in an icky way. But my thing is this: say I was a baker, right? And I've been hand mixing my stuff. And then you created something like the KitchenAid. It got all the gadgets and tools. I'm like, ooh, this is nice, right? But then you don't let me buy it. Like, ain't that crazy? Like, you're like, oh yeah. And it'd be even worse if you told me that you got a solution, but then you never showed me the KitchenAid. Like, what are we talking about? That's what y'all are doing with your business. You're hiding the product. You're hiding the service because you're not telling people, yeah, if this sounds great, go ahead and purchase. This is what you can purchase. Like, it's almost like, have you worked with, or have you dealt with some of those what is it called? The MLMs? Is that multi-level marketing? Whatever. But yeah, them kind of brands. I used to sell Mary Kay, so I'm not hating or nothing. But they like to give you like a little bit of a lure, a mystery sometimes. And it's like, just sell me the product. What are we talking about? Right? And Mary Kay wasn't a good example. And more so those people that be like, they be selling, like, they do like financial help sometimes, or different like little, they schemey to me, y'all. I can't even think of the names of businesses because I'd be like, no, thank you. But yeah, they want to sell you something, but instead of just selling it to you, they want to just like kind of hint at it. It's like, no, just tell me. Y'all are hiding it. Tell me what you want me to purchase, and then I can purchase it. Right? So just think about that. Like, just put the call to actions out and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what can help you. This can get you from here to there. Do you want it? Keep it simple. And then the action stage, make it easy for them, right? If they do have to book a call, give them the link. Don't say, hit me up, but here's the link. Like, at the end of this, I'm gonna give you a link. Like, hey, if you might want to work with me, here's the link. Make it simple. And when they get, oh my God, let's talk about this for a second. Please do not, and if you're watching this and you feel, some type of way, change it. But please do not have a link to a call to then connect me to a form that is humongous, to then at the end tell me that I will get an email that somebody will respond to me to let me know that I can book a call. That is wild, right? You want me to take time out of my day to fill out all this information, and I may not even work with you because I don't know exactly everything that's involved in your services, but I'm interested, right? I've been nurtured. I'm like, okay, maybe, but you want me to fill out my whole life story just to maybe get a call. And a lot of times when y'all say that, it takes forever for you to get back to them, because now they're waiting on you to see that they hit the button and fill out the form to then give them the link to book the call. Then they got to get on your schedule. You know how much time has gone by? People's interest is gone. They're like, I don't even care no more. This is stupid, right? And you're thinking, oh, I want to get the information so that I can do this. You're killing the vibe, right? If I want to hang out, I want to hang out today. I don't want to hang out in a week. Right? If I'm excited about the product today, I may not be excited in a week. I might go find somebody else that can get me to the goal faster. So make it simple. I'm not saying you can't get information. If you go to my booking link right now, it'll allow you to pick your date, and then it'll literally ask you like 5 or less questions, and they're very like simple. Like, what's your name? What's your email? What's your phone number? What's your business name? You got any social media? You need some help? Like, it's real simple. I think it's about 5 questions, and it's very like short and sweet. There is no type in a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of those questions are optional, because I feel like, hey, even if you ain't trying to fill out all of that, maybe you on your phone, whatever, you're like, I'm just trying to make sure I book this. I try to make it simple. So there are a few things that are like mandatory. I got to know your name. I got to know your email address and the phone number so that you get the responses. But some stuff is like, hey, if you don't want to tell me if you've had a business coach before, it's fine. It don't really matter to me. So just keep that in mind. Make it simple. And if it's not something they need to book a call for, again, checkout page. I don't want you to have to invoice me unless it's something customizable, like a big consulting package. But even with the consulting package, being able to send them a quick proposal that you can say, hey, this is the base, and then we can customize it for you, is so much better than I got to wait to get on the call to ask you a bazillion questions. Like, no, like, make it simple. If you don't have a checkout button someplace, you need to have one. So those are some things to think about. All right, so let's get into it, because we actually overtime. So what's the biggest challenge you face in turning interest into action? And I'm just interested to know, like, where do you feel like you're struggling when it comes to creating your funnel, or really getting people from one level of that funnel to the end? Is it building the awareness, like getting people to know you exist? Because that sometimes can be a bit of a hurdle. Is it actually nurturing them? Maybe you're just not able to keep up with it, or you need to reach out to people, but for some reason you don't follow up. Is the decision part where you're like, I don't feel confident enough to tell people that I sell X, Y, or Z? Or is it the action stage where you just need to put systems in place so that people can be able to buy it? Because I get it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I need to figure out how to connect it to my website, to my Stripe or whatever. Like, what is the main area in which you're really struggling as it relates to your client's journey? All right, so let's go back through real quick. So how do we make sure we can really optimize these areas? So when it comes to awareness, consistency is going to be key. Because again, that guy was staring at you for 30 minutes and you didn't see him. So you got to realize that your audience may be looking for something, something or someone like you that can solve their problem. But if you only post 3 times a week, they may miss it, because they may be on social media Tuesdays and Thursdays more. And then you may be posted on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right? Or maybe they on the weekend and you don't post nothing on the weekend, right? They missed you, right? Or maybe they missed that first email and then you never sent another. Okay. Like, you got to think about that. So make sure you're consistent with reaching out and also being places where people can see you. If you are a coach or consultant and you've not booked 1 podcast, that needs to be a Q2 goal. Matter of fact, there's 3 months in Q2, book 3 podcasts. Right? If you've not been featured someplace, get featured. And if you can't find a stage, create your own so that people get an opportunity to see you in all your glory. All right, the interest stage, use interactive tools like polls, quizzes, things that you can make connections with people. Don't just talk at folks and do things. You want to build relationship, right? So make sure that you're asking, even if you're sending an email, ask for feedback. Reply to this email, like, follow, share on social media, comment this, something, so that that's more of a 2-way street so that you can get to know each other, right? Again, he bought you to drink, but you want to go dance. Then you have the decision. Offer a personalized call, or tell them how they can do business with you. Let them know about the products and services that you actually have, right? We always talk about, percentage-wise, 80% value, 20% is sales. But even when we're giving value, you still got to let them know, hey, if this sounds good, we can still, connect, do some business. And then action, make it simple to work with you. Please do not have people jumping a bazillion hurdles, right? Even on your calls. Sometimes I was on a call once and I was like, can you just tell me how much it costs? And they would, and he's like, da, 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 da. I was like, please just tell me how much it costs, because I was already ready to buy. I just wanted to know if I could afford it. Like, if he would have said a number between here and here, I would have been like, yes. But he didn't. He just wanted to go. And I was like, all right, I'm over it, because it feels scammy now, because you won't just tell me how much it costs. Like, it's not that deep. I was on a call just today, and the lady was, we were talking, and she was like, I just really want to know what the investment is. Sure. Bump the rest of the script. Here we go. I was like, this is what it would be. You can have a payment plan of this. And she was like, bet, can you send that to me? Absolutely. Like, yes, I get we have processes, but if somebody want to cut to the chase, you know what I mean? Like, if you feeling him and he feeling you, and you want to cut to the chase, that's y'all's business. So just think about that when you're doing business as well, that if somebody, make it easy for them to do business with you. And if they want to jump, maybe they just saw you once, but they want to do business with you. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Right. So that's some things I want you guys to think about. I hope that this made it a little easier, y'all. Right. I hope it made it a little easier when you start thinking of funnels and your client journey. Yes, there are more nuances and things, and depending on what system you're using, and if you're using a CRM or if you're using whatever, y'all. But if you at least know how to make them aware of you, how to build that interest, how to get them to think about the different decisions they have to make, and how to get them to take action, it's just going to be so much easier for you. So I do have a challenge, because we're all about implementation. So the challenge for this week, very, very simple. This week, I want you to map out your funnel stages, right? We went over it. It's only 4, right? Or your client journey, whatever you want to call it. Create one action step for each section, and then share your progress, because we want to cheer you on. So you can put it in, if you're watching us on a Facebook group, or you can put a comment under this video. You can shoot me a private message. You can email me if you got my email, like whatever you want to do. But I really encourage you to look at your funnel, right? Your client journey, and put some work into that, especially for Q2. Because if you're sitting around saying, I've done all the things, I think I'm always busy, I just don't understand why I'm not converting, it's probably one of those 4 stages where you're not putting in enough work and paying attention to it, that's causing you to lose out on prospective clients becoming paid clients. And if you need support in this area, we are here. We're here to support you. You can book a free coffee chat with me. See, I told you we're going to have a link here, because if you're interested, I want to help you make your decision. But no, it's not a sales call. It's really just to kind of see where you need support. We talk about it. And if there is a way I can help you, I'll let you know. But no stress, no muss, no fuss. Most people leave these calls with tons of notes. One of the ladies I talked to today, she was just writing. I was like, it's cool. Like, it's all right. Calm down. She made sure she took notes. But that's how I believe in doing calls. I want you to get value out of it, because you're giving me your time and an opportunity for me to talk to you about how I can support you. But yes, you can use the link on your screen. You can scan the QR code, and let's talk. Let's move your business from where it is now to where it definitely can be. All right, that's it, guys. I talked way longer than I thought it was, but hopefully this was helpful to you all. We're going to say goodbye to Q1. Bye, Q1. I'm not going to miss you. We're going to say hello to Q2. I will see you guys back next month, which is crazy to say, but we'll see you in April for some more Monday Night Lives. Remember, we are here every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Monday Night Live trainings. You guys stay blessed. Remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock. Until next time.
In the journey of entrepreneurship, success is often about having the right guidance and tools at your fingertips. Welcome to IROC Marketable Business Solutions, your compass to business excellence. We understand that as a service-based small business owner, your path to success is unique. That's why IROC offers a wide range of coaching and consulting services tailored to your needs. Imagine gaining the knowledge you need from the comfort of your own home. Explore our quick on-demand webinars, courses, and toolkits designed to accelerate your business growth. But we go beyond that. Join our vibrant community in our group coaching programs, or experience personalized guidance with our one-on-one coaching and consulting services. At IROC, every program comes with incredible bonuses. These bonuses are designed to support you on your journey, helping you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Some of our bonuses include expert speaker sessions, group Q&A calls, guides, checklists, scripts, and more. Ready to supercharge your business journey? Explore our coaching and consulting services. Get the guidance and tools you need to reach your goals. Empower your business with IROC Marketable Business Solutions.